Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, dear listener, now we are going to perform step number 7 of our differential gene expression pipeline, in which we are going to extract and clustering of our differentially expressed transcripts. So this step in which we are going to extracting and clustering our differentially expressed transcripts. So you might have remember that in our step number 4 we generated 3 types of the files. So those files were generated in the util folders that is here mentioned. So for this step number 7 we are going to use one of the file that is present in the util folder. So first of all we will move that file from util folder to analysis folder, because in this step the Perl script we are going to use that is present in this folder. So this is a better approach, that you have to transfer that input file from the util folder into your target folder. So let's go into the util folder and move that folder from that place. So ls minus lh, so here, and then we will go into the utils. Okay, here in util, this is the file that we are going to use as input for this step number 7. So this is the file that we have to move. So we will go into the folder RNSec, then in Trinity, then in util. So this is the file that we have to move into the analysis. Okay, so just move this into analysis folder. So within analysis we have to move that file into the differential expression folder. So just select it, and that file is moved there. So let's go into, so come back one step. So here is the folder name analysis. This is the folder analysis. So cd analysis, so autocomplete, and then there is a folder called differential expression. So we have to go into that differential expression folder. So cd differential expression folder, ls minus lh. So the recently moved file should be here. That is, yes, this is a Burberry pashmina.isoform.tmm.expression.matrix file. So this is the file, our input file, and now we are going to use Perl script, and that Perl script is let me check. So that Perl script is analyze. It's starting from the analyze, from the A. So I think this is the script, analysis difference expression Perl analysis. Yeah, this is the script that we are going to use for this step, and this is the input file. So for this we have to write the command. So let's see, I have already ran this command, and just let me show you, because this is a Perl command. So this is the command. So we will write Perl, because we are using the Perl script, and this script is present in this folder. So the script name is analyze underscore difference underscore expr.perl, and then we will use dash dash matrix, and then our we will write our input file, that is Burberry Pashmina isoform TMM experiment, and then we will use the p value, that is minus p 1 exponential power minus 3. So this is the command, and our script will be on. But before entering here, we have to install 3 packages in our R. So make it clear that we are using Trinity, but Trinity is using R language and the R statistical package in its background. So make sure that all the required packages should be installed. Like if you run this command without installing the required packages, it will give you indication that these are the different types of packages, those who are required in R, and you have to install these packages first. So I will show you. I have already installed 3 packages. So first one, so this is the R, as we have already show you its interface. So the 3 packages are required. So one is biobase. So this is already installed, but if you don't have this package, you can install it from here, and you can just write it biobase. So you can also check it from package archives. So if that is not appearing here, you can go to the bioconductor. The other way that you can go to the bioconductor, I will show you. So you can go to the bioconductor website, bioconductor. So this is a website where almost all the R packages are available. So here you can just write biobase. So this is the biobase. Just click it here, and then copy this code from here to here. Copy it. Go to the R and paste here. So when you just enter it here, this package is going to be installed. So in this way you need 3 packages. Number 1 is biobase, number 2 is fast cluster. So this is also installed already in my system. So you can also install this package by clicking here. Write the name here like fast cluster. So this is what that was not appeared in previous example in case of biobase. So we didn't have any auto completion of the fast cluster. So if you have this one here in this repository, you can just click it here and install it. But if that is not available, then you can go to the bioconductor website and you can directly download and just copy that source code here and paste in the R. So this is the second package you needed, and third one is the Q value. So that is also already installed in my system, but you can install it by clicking the install button icon like so q value, so that is not appearing here, so you have to go to the bioconductor and then you have to install it like we have installed the previous two packages. So when you are done with it, so just minimize it, and now you will run the command on here. So this is a Perl command, this is a Perl script that is present in our property folder. Then --matrix, Burberry, Pashmina, Isoform, TM matrix, this is the input file, and then we are giving to the p value. So we will just run the enter, and this command will automatically going to start, and I have already ran this command. So after the successful completion of this command, there are 12 different files that are going to be generated. So I will show you those files, and definitely those files are present and present in this folder. So one of the file after this command, the every file is important, but we are more concerned in heatmap.pdf. so heatmap.pdf, so just look at here. So there will be a PDF. So this is the PDF. Okay. So there is a PDF, volcanic PDF, and let's go down again. So there should be a one file called heatmap PDF. So this is the file that is now we are going to analyze. So there are 12 files are going to be generated after this command. So one of them is a .pdf, heatmap.pdf file. So we will go and we will find we will interpret this file later on. So the other files are core matrix.pdf. This is also the file that is generated with this command. Similarly, core.dat, this is the file 1, 2, 3 files. Then similarly, centered file, this file is also generated with the same command. Then c2 matrix.r file, so c2 matrix.r file. So these are the different files that are generated here. So you can definitely you can look the all different files that are definitely present in this folder. So now I'm going to explore our heatmap.pdf file. So for this I have to go to the folder section, and here I will go to analysis, Trinity. Okay, so the Trinity, and then analysis, and then differential expression folder, and here is the file. This is what I'm looking, the same file on the terminal. So this is the file that I'm going to explain you. So this is the heat map. Just click it here, and this file will open in a separate window. Okay, so this is the file, heat map. So this is called heat map. So this is our last step, make it sure, and this is one of the very important graphical representation of the up and down regulated gene in our two samples. So make sure that we were just comparing the differential gene expression in the Pashmina goat, and Pashmina goat is having a more long hair fiber as compared to the Barbary. So this was our hypothesis, and now we are in a stage that we can interpret that what different types of the genes are expressed, upregulated in Pashmina and downregulated in Barbary goat, and vice versa. So first of all, I will give you a quick overview that this is the color key. Like if the genes or the transcripts are upregulated, it will give it is showing the golden color, and this golden color is slightly going towards the blackish side. So if this is a black tiles, so these are the tiles. So if there is a black tile, it means this is the transcript or the gene that is not having a difference in both breeds. So that transcript or that gene is equally expressed in both breeds or in both samples. Then slightly you are going towards blackish to the purple. So if there is a sharp purple, it will show that these genes are these transcripts are the downregulated. So this is the color key, and now here this column is the accession number of all the transcripts, all the genes, those who are statistically significantly up and down regulated over both samples. So these are the number of the genes, accession number of the genes, and this complete column is of Pashmina, and this is another column of Barbary. So these are the two columns, and these two columns are clustered together. Definitely we have only two samples, so our both samples are clustered and they are showing here. But on the this left hand side, these are the genes or the transcripts, and these are definitely high in number. So all the genes, those who are similar in their sequences, in their expression, so these are clustered together similarly. So all these genes, like the genes I will show you like this one. So these are the genes. You can now have a better view of the accession number of the transcripts. So all the transcripts, those who are in NCBI, the transcripts starting from the XM symbol, these are the messenger RNA of the transcripts. So these are the transcripts in Pashmina goat in the first column. So they are showing you more golden color. So these are the upregulated, while that is entirely different in Barbary. So these are the same genes, like you can count different genes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For example, these are the 30 genes. So these 30 genes are the 30 transcripts are upregulated in Pashmina, while these are the downregulated in the Barbary goat, and these genes are clustered together. Similarly, different other genes, those who are having a similarity, they are clustered together. So that's why we called the clustering and extracting the differentially expressed genes in the form of heat maps. So this graph is called heat map. So let's go further, like and this sample number, definitely these two are the sample number and these are the genes. So you can look very I mean, let's fix it a little bit in this way here. Okay, so make it 100. No, it's 120 again. 100. Okay, so now you can have an idea that these transcripts are down regulated in Pashmina, while these are up regulated because they are showing little bit more golden and these are more purplish. Similarly, the lower right part, these 30 genes are having a high expression in Pashmina and low expression in Barbary. So that is the opposite case on that, but that is also present here as well. Like these middle genes, okay, so these are the genes, are the transcripts, those who are highly expressed in this region, like in this region of the Pashmina goat, but that is not in the case with the Barbary goat. So this is how you can have an idea that how many and how much, what is the pattern that is showing in the form of the heat like graphs. So you have an idea that which of the genes are the upregulated and downregulated in both species. So if you want to look like this is the gene that is having a highest golden color and its accession number is this one. So you can just copy it and go to the any database, like we will go into the NCBI and we want to know that what is the function of this transcript. Might be this gene, definitely that gene belongs to the long hair and the hair follicle differentiation. So we expect that all these genes might be related to the hair color and all different structure and the feature of the hair follicle, but these genes might be of any other, having any other function as well. But what we are expecting that these genes are mostly related with the hair follicle. So let's go, we just copied it and we want to go to the NCBI and then let's have a look of the function of this gene. So the NCBI, so we will go into the NCBI. So for example, we will go into the nucleotide here, paste in the transcript ID and let's see. So this is the gene in Capra Agogra's hierarchus, major allergen 1 polypeptide chain 1 like messenger RNA. So this is a messenger RNA and this is a 440 base pair, it's a linear and so on. Okay, so gene starting from first nucleotide position to 450 position, and then the CDS coding DNA sequences from 45 number of nucleotides to 326. So this is the complete gene starting from the first nucleotide, and in this way you can look into the transcript of this that is overexpressed in Pashmina, but down regulated in Barbary goat. Sometimes you find this LOC symbol before any gene. So sometimes LOC symbol represents that these genes are not characterized completely, so that's why it's called predictor. But somehow this gene is belonging to but somehow this gene is named as major allergen 1 polypeptide chain, but this is not the case with all the genes. Let's go back and find, is there any other gene, like for example if we look into this transcript. So we are going to find another transcript in the nucleotide, and then here let's see. Okay, this is again predicted anyhow, but this gene is a Capra hierarchus slit Gordon's ligand 3 slit 3 messenger RNA. So here you can find the sequence of their transcripts, and on the other hand sometimes you can also find out the function of this gene or this transcript from any other online tools like the gene cards. Sometimes you just write it here, and your first option is a gene card that will tell you little about the function of the gene. So this is a very good database in which you can find, like, these are the different aliases of this gene. Like this gene is also known with all these names. So then you can go down and you can have a look at the protein. This protein is encoded by the gene, is secreted, likely interacting with the roundout homology receptor to effect cell migrations. Two transcripts variant encoded different isoform have been found. So this is how you can find different functions of the different genes. So somewhere it is also saying that this gene or the protein may act as molecular guidance cue in cellular migration. So we are interested in the skin of the animal, so might be this gene is involved in the migration of the cells, and functions may be mediated by interacting with the round about homology receptor. So in this way you can look the function of the different genes that are having the ectopic expression in our both samples. So this is all from differential gene expression pipeline, and this was our last step. Here we just found and summarizes everything that how two different breeds having different phenotypes, how they are different to each other, and we expect that if these genes are going to up and down regulate in our two samples, so it will give us the clue that these genes are somehow having functions in the high long hair fiber or very short hair fiber. So this the ectopic expression and the up and down regulation of these genes gives us the clue. I'm saying you again that these genes might be related to the phenotype of our subject phenotype, that was the long hairs in Pashmina, and that was and the Burberry is not having this trait, and that breed is not selected for this trait. So this was the ultimate function of the differential gene expression pipeline, in which we are interested that which are the different genes are having their ectopic expression in different phenotypes, whatever the phenotypes you are looking